From Tampa Bay streaming news leader, this is ABC Action News.
I'm Heather Lee. Shay Ryan has your weather forecast coming up. But first, here are your ABC Action News headlines. Hillsborough County detectives are working a death investigation in Seffner. They found the body of a woman with upper body trauma on Magnolia Avenue around 4:30 on Sunday afternoon. The medical examiner is working to determine how she died. In the meantime, detectives want to speak to Hector Godoy, who lives at the home. He's wanted on an active warrant for reckless driving. The Andrew Joseph wrongful death lawsuit begins trial today. 14-year-old Joseph was hit and killed near I-4 back in 2014. The lawsuit alleges HCSO's actions caused the teenager's death. His family says he was on the busy interstate because deputies wrongfully kicked him off of the Florida State Fairgrounds property. Joseph was one of nearly 100 teens taken off that property during Student Day. The teens were left a couple miles away by Hillsborough County deputies. HCSO says there was a gang fight that night, but Joseph's parents say their son wasn't in a gang or involved in any fight. The teens weren't allowed a phone call before being escorted off the fairgrounds. The trial is set to begin at 9 a.m. Tampa International Airport's plan for the future is getting clearer as airport leaders shed light on the new Airside D terminal. The project was originally set to start last year but was delayed because of COVID. TPA leaders received official word to start phase 3 of its master plan. It clears a path to build the new Airside D, and it will be about 563,000 square feet of space. The new terminal will allow the airport to serve an additional 13 million passengers by 2037. TPA says this will be the 5th airside terminal at the airport and the first new one in more than 17 years. Construction is expected to start in 2024. Tomorrow, the remains of a soldier from St. Pete that was killed during World War II will be buried at Arlington National Cemetery. Army Air Force First Lieutenant Newell Mills Jr. was just 21 when he went missing during World War II. The Defense POW MIA accounting agency says Mills' remains were misidentified in the 1940s, so it took decades for historians to finally find where the Tampa Bay hero was actually buried overseas. His remains were recently found by German researchers. And the NFL season is off to a pretty good start for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Last night, the Bucs beat the Dallas Cowboys with a final score of 19-3, and it was historic for Tom Brady. At age 45, he is now the oldest quarterback to start a game in NFL history. Bucs traveled to New Orleans on Sunday to take on the Saints. Shay?
All right, well, we do have a wet pattern again today with a west to east flow. We'll see the chances for rain really picking up late morning through the early afternoon. So the rain will be coming to an end a little earlier in the day than what we've seen over the last several. But we will still have some significant coverage during that brief period of time from late morning through about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.